2025 is almost half over. I was going to say it's almost over. No, it's almost half over at the end of this month. So I want you to take a second right now and think about, have you accomplished the organizing goals that you set out at the beginning of this year? Probably you had some organizing goals. Are you accomplishing them? And if you're not, and you want help, you want to work with an organizing coach, I want you to book an appointment with me at simplysquaredaway.com/appointments. And there you can book a free call with me. We're going to talk about what you need. Is it in your home? Is it in your business? Is it in your life or your schedule or your time? Are you always feeling like you're behind? Is it just a mindset thing? Or what needs to happen in your life to get you to the goals that you have? All this month, the month of June, it's my birthday month, and I am creating and just having so much fun, make different offers. And so right now, if it's your home, Organized Life Academy is open and available. The doors are open for you to get in now for the rest of 2025. And let's get your home decluttered. Let's get you organized. Let's get your mindset shifting to where you actually believe you're an organized person. If you're interested in that, it's simplysquaredaway.com/OLA. But if you're not sure what you need, or if you're not a group kind of person, you want something private, then book a call with me and let's figure it out. Okay, this episode, I have something kind of special. It's maybe going to be a shorter episode. We'll see. But it's all about delight. And I have a personal story to share about how this came up for me and how I am trying to focus on this, and how, if you have a business and you're running a business, how this can completely have a big impact on your business. And if you don't, I'm going to give lots of examples that have to do with your personal life as well. Okay, let's get into this week's episode. Are you ready to work less, feel more organized and productive, streamline repetitive tasks, and implement systems that allow your coaching business to run smoothly even without you? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Organized Coach Podcast, your go-to source for practical tips and solutions. I'm your host, Tracy Hoth, professional organizer, certified life coach, simplifying expert, and most of all, down-to-earth fellow coach just like you. No matter if you think you're missing the organizing gene, have ADHD, or just love anything organizing, I'm here to help you become an organized coach with a business that works for you. Pull up a seat and let's get started. Hey there, welcome back to the Organized Coach Podcast. I'm Tracy Hoth, and today I want to talk about something that's kind of been showing up in my life and in the most unexpected and really beautiful ways. So I'm going to tell a story about, it happened last month, and I am in a group in my church called Women to Women. And it's a mentoring sort of discipleship group, and there's 3 leaders and 6 individuals in the group, and it's really fun. We go to each other's houses and we have dinner. We do a little study, and our study for the year 2024 and 2025 is spiritual disciplines. And we were at the end, I think it's the last lesson actually, and it was about fasting, the spiritual discipline of fasting, which doesn't get talked about a lot. And so as this group of us were talking about it, one person brought up like, well, when someone fasts, let's tell each other, let's text each other, and then let's, just share what we experience and talk about it and just be reminded that we should do it and that it's a discipline that we are called to do. And so someone said, well, when should we do it? And then someone else answered, well, I'm not very good at remembering, so let's do it tomorrow, or let's start right now. And so we actually started at that time. We had just finished dinner, so we were going to actually do a dinner after dinner to the following dinner fast. And so we started then. So the next day I didn't eat. It was good. I didn't have any big issues. I was reminded to be in prayer when I felt hungry or when I would have spent time preparing food. And so it was really special. And at 4:00, when I wrapped up my business day, I went out for a walk, and I went to my favorite path. And we talked a lot too on that in the spiritual disciplines about silence and just spending time alone with the Lord and silent. in silence. And so usually on my walks, I am either listening to my daily Bible reading, or I'm listening to podcasts, mainly business podcasts. And so I thought to myself, I am going to walk in silence. And so I took a 4-mile walk, and at the beginning of the walk, I thought, okay, what should I do on this walk? I mean, I'll be in silent, but should I memorize a verse? Should I pull something up? And I just said, well, why don't I ask the Lord? So I asked, and just in prayer, I just said, what do you want me to do on this? What should I think about? And he said, just delight. Just delight in me. And it was so sweet and so special. And so I went on the walk. I delighted in all the nature around me. I delighted in being able to go on this walk and having access to it. I delighted in feeling tired and sweating. And I delighted in just being able to talk to the Lord. And it was really sweet. And so it made me think, how else do I need to delight? Do I want to delight? What else do I want to do? And not really do, but how do I delight so that I'm not always thinking about doing? I think especially if you're a driven personality, I personally am very often thinking of what I can do. What else do I need to do? And sometimes you might find, like me, I am beating myself up because I didn't do enough. I didn't get everything on my to-do list done, or I should have done more, or those kinds of talks, like I could be doing a better job, all of that kind of stuff. And lately I've just been like, that in itself can wear you down. And it makes me feel like I am never doing enough. And so I wanted to attack this in a maybe different way than what I'm used to, and just start delighting more, delighting in what I'm doing, delighting in the journey, and just all kinds of that sort of thing. And so I'm going to talk today about that. And I asked myself the question, how can we bring delight into our organizing journey and into the way we build our businesses? So let me share just a little bit about what that's looked like for me lately. And I know I've probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but this year I set a goal around visibility. I wanted to pitch myself to more podcasts, be seen more, heard more, stretch into new places. But what I didn't expect was the delight in the people that I've met along the way. I have made so many new friendships with the most amazing, generous, creative people. And to be able to see that in people's lives and experience the way they have their business set up, even just the process that they have a guest on their podcast, and people that I wouldn't have crossed paths with if I hadn't said yes to this goal. It's just so much delight of connection, of being seen, and actually also seeing others. That's, I think, for me, been the real gift. And then the other thing is kind of the delight in how the path unfolds in front of me. I've had opportunities come from directions that I definitely didn't plan. Conversations have opened doors that I didn't even know existed. And I've said no to things that are super tempting that I maybe would have said yes to, but because I said no, I have had space to do other things, and other things have unfolded in front of me. And I'll share more, in future episodes regarding this too. But when I stop trying to control every outcome or trying to plan everything out perfectly, instead of leaning into the delight of discovery, it kind of changes everything. So I want to talk about it in terms of organizing. You might not think of delight when you hear organize your digital files, but stay with me for this. How can you delight in organizing your digital files? And I want you to think, we're going to go really practical. Those old digital freebies that you've downloaded. Maybe you just downloaded one today, another one. And the ones that are sitting in your Google Drive from years ago, or a program that you purchased that you never really did or never got into. You never followed through the way you wished you would have. So don't sigh in frustration. I mean, you might a little bit, but I want you to pause and just smile at your past self. So when you open each of those files, let's say you're organizing your digital files and you're sliding them into the new file structure that I recommend. If you don't know what that is, you can go to simplysquaredaway.com/start and you can watch my free class that I have that talks about that. But you're opening each file and looking at what it is, and you're thinking, oh, I never did anything with that. Oh, I should have done that. Remember first, a quick tip is to use quick view instead of opening a file. I like to right click on documents and there's an option there that says quick view. So you don't have to actually open and then close the file. But anyway, okay, I'm getting distracted. But when you look at those things, instead of sighing in frustration, I just want you to pause and I want you to look at the one, remember the one, the you that downloaded that freebie. How to grow your list overnight, or that Pinterest strategies that you are going to learn. And just realize that past you or past me was trying. They were learning. They were hoping. And just delight in that. Delight in the fact that they gathered a lot of information to learn from. And there's just something also delightful about honoring that past self, you or her, him, just honoring them and what they were trying. They got you to where you are right now. I think that's kind of fun to think about. Yeah, you wish maybe that they were more organized back then when they were downloading all this stuff onto your computer, but you wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for them. Same thing when you're testing, let's say, a new calendar system. You're figuring it out. Does this method actually work for me, or do I need to adjust it? And how do I need to adjust it? There's just delight in the experimentation, in seeing yourself grow, in refining your systems. Like all of those things you could just choose to delight in. And then one of my absolute favorites lately is over celebrating. Let's say you got through 50 email backlog. Throw a dance party. I'm not much of a dance party kind of person, but what else could you do? Could you wave your hands in the air at least? Could you do that? Could you pat yourself on your back? Could you stand up and stretch and just do a little fist bump or something? You finally picked a client onboarding tool. Great. Break it out. Go get some special sparkling water, or we have these little, what are they? Oh, it starts with a C. Crystal Light packets. You could get a Crystal Light packet and add it to your water. Or I have Element packages too that I sometimes get. My favorite is mango chili. That's my favorite one. I like a little bit of kick. So break out that special water and get some water going. You hit inbox 0, or you sorted your desktop folders for the first time since 2020. Oh, or maybe you could just light a candle. That could be your over celebrating. Maybe you could do a plank to celebrate. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be like typical things you think of, but take a photo and share it with your business friend who will celebrate with you. Share a win. Put it in a Facebook group. Lots of people love Facebook posts like celebration. So take time to write a celebration to celebrate yourself in front of others. So just delighting in the little things. We reinforce the behavior we want to keep. So we're telling, by doing this, we're telling our brain, hey, this organizing stuff, it's fun. It's working. It matters. I'm growing through it. Who am I becoming? Because this matters, because I made this progress. And then that is the ripple effect. It shows up in our business growth too. You land a new client, delight. You figure out a better way to track tasks, delight. You don't hit a goal, but you learned something really useful, yes, still delight. I just heard this about goals recently too, that it's not that you didn't hit your goal. It's just that you didn't hit it in the time frame that you thought you were going to. So don't quit. Keep going until you hit it. And then look at the time frame, and then your next goal might be to shorten the time frame. I think that's delight in that. Why not? Okay, this isn't about fake positivity or pretending that everything's perfect. It's really about training ourselves to look for the joy in the process, in the small moments, in the quiet growth, in the unseen foundations we're laying. Like we're laying those brick by brick. And every time we notice that, that's what makes a difference. So let me ask you, where could you delight today? Think of something in the last hour that you could delight in. Maybe you checked one thing off your to-do list. Maybe delight in the clarity of an organized folder. Or maybe a collaboration you just did. Or maybe reaching out to someone that you wanted to kind of be accountable with or meet for coffee or whatever it is. Just delight in that. Delight in the fact in some way that you were brave. Is there some way that you were brave? You could delight in that. Maybe it's the way your home is evolving. That one bathroom cabinet. I think of Kirsten when she said that one bathroom cabinet she opens up and it just makes her smile because it's empty. Maybe it's something in your home. Maybe you dropped a load of stuff off at the Goodwill. Maybe it's just one bag. When I say a load, that sounds a lot. But maybe you just dropped one grocery sack off at Goodwill or Savers or whatever your donation place of choice is. Maybe it's the way your business is evolving. Just one imperfect, wonderful step at a time. So here's your permission slip. You don't have to wait until everything is finished and perfect and profitable to delight in it. In fact, the more you can delight right now in the journey, the more sustainable and fulfilling and joyful the whole ride becomes. And maybe, just maybe, the better it is, the better the turnout, the better the results. So go send yourself a "You're amazing" Slack message or text message, or send it to a friend as well as to yourself. And just say you're celebrating both of you. Or just pause actually right now for a deep breath. A deep breath of gratitude and delight. And right now, I just want you to know that I delight in you, in your listening to this episode, that you're here, that you're showing up, that you're supporting me. I would love to hear just one thing that you delight in today. And I would love, tag me, delight in it and tag me on Instagram or DM me if you don't want to make it public. Share in your stories and tag me. Let's make a delight habit. Remember last week when Laura talked about delicious dopamine? See, I need her right here. I need her to think of what to name this that's super fun. Laura, text me and let me know, what do we call this? I mean, we could call it delicious delighting. So if you have a good name for it too, let's start a movement of delighting. So until next time, go organize something small, do it with joy, and don't forget to delight in every step along the way. I'll see you all next week. And if you want to join me inside Organized Life Academy, it's simplysquaredaway.com/OLA. And if you're not sure, but you know you want help organizing, then let's book a call together and we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. I'll help you figure out how to get to your after. What do you need to do? Who do you need to become? What do you need to let go of to get to your organizing goal? And you can book a call with me at simplysquaredaway.com/appointments. See you next week. Wait, if you're finding this podcast useful, you must check out the Organized Coach Academy. It's my course where I walk you through every step to get your business organized, to get yourself organized, to save money and time, to prepare to hire someone, to do all the things that you want to do in your business with ease. Check that out at simplysquaredaway.com/OCA. Also, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I would love it. It's my way of knowing that you're enjoying the podcast if you leave a written review. I have lots of freebies for you. They're linked in the show notes. You can find them in my bio on Instagram at Tracy Hoth. And until next week, have a beautiful day.